Hi, and welcome to the Virtually Yours podcast, Outsourcing Mysteries Exposed, the no BS hustle-free podcast for business owners who outsource or provide outsourcing services. I'm your host, Rosie Shilo, virtual assistant advocate and owner of Virtually Yours, the virtual assistant network. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Rosie Shilo and welcome to this episode of Outsourcing Mysteries Exposed. Today, I'm going to get on my bandwagon a little bit and I want to talk to you about breaching copyright. So I have come across over the last 15 years many cases, many stories where virtual assistants, because that's my area, have gone and copied text on their websites or their social media posts from other virtual assistants pages. I know that this is not limited to within our industry, but this is what I have been seeing, and I'm going to talk about that because that's the area I know. Now, with copyright, this is something I get really cranky about, because to make something your own and to speak something in your own voice is not as easy as it sounds or looks. And this is proven by the fact that people are copying other people's work. And the irony is that people who are copying other people's work aren't respecting the challenge that is there in creating it in the first place, yet they can't seem to do it themselves. So they're not seeing that their own challenge is a challenge other people have faced and conquered in their own way and done a really good job of, and therefore shouldn't be stolen. Not only is it illegal? Yeah, it's illegal, but it's just not cool, okay? So I have seen evidence of people copying, probably more often than any other page is the services page. So listing what sort of services are being offered as they're running their virtual assistant business. And I think because often it comes as lists, bulleted lists, people think that that's okay to take. Now, for someone who's put the hard yards into creating a list that specifies what it is they do, what the pain points they are easing, and also who they're marketing that to then come along and go, hey, that works for me too, and to take it is very disrespectful. If you have done this, please fix it, okay? So another area, funnily enough, I've seen a few cases where people have copied another virtual assistant's about page. Now, I have actually seen a page where someone took somebody else's life story, basically, changed their name and made it their own. Now, like that just absolutely boggles my mind that someone can think that that's okay. But there are people out there that do. So there is a way that you can find out very easily whether other people are copying your content. Now, this is great for you if you've got great content, and this is bad news for you if you are looking at copying other people's stuff. If they are subscribed to a program called Copyscape, they will be notified if there is content out there that closely matches or exactly matches the wording that they have on their own site. So you will be busted, okay? Now, if you get busted, you need to fix it. You need to own your mistake. I'm a very forgiving person, and I think that if somebody copies something, whether it's rewriting something that you've said and basically it still has the same voice, or copying text from off your site or a social media post, look, we all make mistakes. It's about how you react to them that matters. And so if you own the mistake and you apologize and you fix it, then all is good in the world, in my world anyway. But when people say, look, I think I've changed it enough, or you can't prove it, or I didn't copy it from you, I didn't even know you existed, which are excuses that I've heard before, all you're doing is creating a bigger rift between yourself and other people within your industry. And you're showing that you don't really have the maturity required to run a business professionally. So pull your head in, basically, pull your head in. It's illegal to copy other people's stuff, so your excuses are not going to wash. I even had someone say that after they'd copied a whole lot of my stuff, that I should feel sorry for them because they had all these personal issues going on, and that I was very cruel for asking them to change their stuff because it was copying all of my hard work. Now, I don't care what excuses you come up with, but owning it, fixing it, and apologizing are going to win more friends than being a baby about it will, okay? So there are other reasons why it's a really good idea not to copy other people's stuff, other than the fact that you look like a douchebag and it's illegal, but also because you cannot consistently follow through with your branding message, communicating face-to-face, online, in all of your, branding materials if the voice isn't your own. So copying somebody else's vibe, the way they communicate, it's never going to ring true, not only for you, but for your audience, because you're not owning it. It's not coming from within. So it's important to figure out where you're coming from, what you're trying to say, and come up with your way of saying it. So this is a massive thing in an industry that is service-based. When we're doing business-to-business services, and authenticity is a massive factor. I'm always talking about the know, like, trust factor. And if what you're saying is somebody else's words and you're not crediting them for it, it's going to come through. People will see it. And then they'll have issues with trust and they're never going to buy from you. Or they'll buy from you and it won't ring true and it will feel wrong. You'll get buyer's regret, or things will just not work out. It's not worth it. Plus, remember, illegal douchebag. So if you are worried though, because I remember the feeling of having, a blank page in front of me when I even just tried to describe what the virtual assistant industry was back when I started. And I thought, I haven't got a unique way to say this. It is what it is. Now, if that's the case, if you really genuinely can't think of a unique way to say what it is you want to say, then you need to invest in a copywriter, someone who has a way with words, who can make them unique, but can communicate and connect with you so that they speak and write in a particular way that is sending the message in your brand, in your vibe. Okay, so that's what they do. That's why they do what they do. They're helping you communicate to your ideal client in a way that is genuine for you, but ticks all the boxes in terms of marketing and, saying what it is that you need to say. So that's all I wanted to get, off my chest today, really. It's going to be a nice little podcast episode, but I really wanted to get out there and remind you that there's more to just copying and that being illegal and it just not being cool than meets the eye. The people that you are copying have put in the hard yards that you haven't been willing to do. They may have hired that copywriter. They may have paid for those words. They may have sat down and done a mind map and done draft after draft after draft. So anytime you sit there and you take someone else's words and you don't credit them for it, it's very, very insulting and it is stealing. So please don't do it. Be yourself. Be genuine. Find another way. Okay, thanks for listening today. Have a good one. Hey, thank you for listening to the Virtually Yours podcast, Outsourcing Mysteries Exposed. Between now and our next session, I know you're going to be hanging out to take some action on outsourcing in your business. So head on over to virtuallyyours.com.au and you can download some information there about the best ways to outsource for business growth. If you're a virtual assistant, make sure you join us. We have an amazing virtual assistant community at Virtually Yours, Aussie VAs connecting and helping each other grow. Have a fantastic day and I'll see you at the next podcast.